When news broke that Ace Frehley, the legendary Spaceman from Kiss, had passed away at 74, fans around the world felt like a supernova just went dark. But behind the wild makeup, exploding guitars, and rock star chaos was a man whose story was far more human than anyone imagined. Before the fame, before the fireworks, Ace was just a kid from the Bronx, trying to survive the streets. Born Paul Daniel Frehley in 1951, Ace grew up in a rough New York neighborhood where gangs and trouble were part of everyday life. He dropped out of high school, bounced between odd jobs, and used a beat-up guitar as his only escape. Friends called him Ace because he could charm his way into any gig, and soon, his raw talent was impossible to ignore. That street kid energy would one day power one of the loudest bands in rock history. By 1973, Ace had one goal: to go big or burn out trying. When he met Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and Peter Criss, that spark became Kiss. They weren't just starting a band, they were building a phenomenon. Ace showed up to his first audition wearing mismatched shoes and blew everyone away with a single guitar riff. That moment changed rock history. Soon, Kiss hit the stage covered in face paint and armor, each with their own alter ego. Ace became the Spaceman, the mysterious rocker from another galaxy. While Gene breathed fire and Paul charmed the crowd, Ace made guitars smoke and shoot sparks. His solos felt like laser beams from another world, and fans couldn't get enough. At the height of Kiss's fame, Ace was living every rocker's dream: platinum records, screaming fans, and pyrotechnics that could light up a city block. But behind the glam and glory, things were getting dark. Creative control battles, non-stop touring, and his wild lifestyle started tearing him apart. By 1982, Ace had had enough. He walked away from Kiss, leaving behind the fame that millions would die for. Yet the Spaceman wasn't finished. His solo album exploded with New York Groove, proving he didn't need the band to shine. Still, the success came with a price. Rumors swirled about exhaustion, health scares, and his fight to stay grounded as fame spun out of orbit. It was 1976, Kiss was unstoppable. And stadiums shook every time Ace stepped on stage. But during one packed show, the unthinkable happened. As Ace reached for a metal railing, a surge of 220 volts shot through his body, locking him in place. The crowd thought it was part of the act, but Ace was literally being electrocuted. Somehow, he broke free, finished the concert, and walked off laughing, saying, "I guess I'm really the Spaceman now." That night cemented his legend, not just as a guitarist, but as a survivor who lived the danger he played with. His brush with death only made fans love him more, and the myth of the indestructible Spaceman was born. Years after leaving Kiss, Ace made a comeback, older, wiser, but still the same electric soul. The 90s reunion tour packed arenas again, and for a moment, it felt like the magic was back. But time catches up with even the loudest legends. By 2025, fans noticed something was wrong. Ace suddenly canceled his remaining tour dates, citing ongoing health issues. Behind the scenes, reports claimed he'd suffered a serious fall and had been battling complications ever since. Then came the heartbreaking news: on October 16th, the Spaceman's journey finally ended at 74. His family said he left this world surrounded by love, laughter, and the music that made him immortal. Ace Frehley wasn't just a guitarist, he was a revolution in 6 strings and silver paint. His riffs shaped generations, inspiring bands from Pantera to Pearl Jam, and every kid who dreamed of turning up the volume and breaking the rules. Even after leaving Kiss, his influence never faded. In 2014, he was inducted into the Rock Roll Hall of Fame, a final salute to the man who made outer space feel like home for rock fans everywhere. Fans say when Ace hit that first screaming note, it felt like liftoff. And maybe that's the truth: the Spaceman never really came down. In the end, Ace Frehley's story isn't just about fame or fireworks, it's about survival. Through the chaos, the rivalries, and the near-death moments, he proved that rock roll isn't about perfection, it's about passion. Even when he stumbled, Ace never stopped chasing the next solo, the next stage, the next spark of life. And that's what made him unforgettable. As the lights fade and the echoes of his guitar drift away, one truth remains: you can't kill rock roll. And thanks to Ace Frehley, it's still alive, loud, and shining somewhere among the stars. Long after his final encore, Ace Frehley's influence still echoes through every stadium and every kid picking up a guitar for the first time. He taught the world that you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be loud, fearless, and real. The Spaceman may have left the stage, but his riffs still burn through the heart of rock itself. And maybe, somewhere up there, he's still jamming, surrounded by stars, his Les Paul glowing brighter than ever. So here's to Ace Frehley, the man who turned rock into rocket fuel. If you felt his energy tonight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a high voltage in the comments to keep the legend alive.